Hello, I'm Mrs. J. If you're newly credentialed, CCS credentialed, and you want to learn how to submit your CEUs to AHIMA, I'm going to show you how. Let's get started. All right, so you'll need to log on to the AHIMA website, www.ahima.org. Then click on Certification and Careers and recertify. After you clicked on the recertify button, it will take you to this page. On this page, you can read the overview, how to earn CEUs, how to calculate your CEUs, CEU requirements, and entering CEUs. So just so you know, the overview tells you, hey, you have to earn your CEUs every 2 years. You have to. This will demonstrate your worthiness of holding that credential. All right. Let's talk about earning CEUs. As you can see on the right, there's a menu. I'll be following that menu for a good bit of this presentation. All right, so when you're earning CEUs, they must be earned within your recertification cycle, and they have to be relevant to the HIIM profession. HIIM is the acronym for Health, Information, and Informatics Management. And they do give you some leniency. They say that 80% of your CEUs earned must be related to the HIIM domains, and we're going to review those domains very shortly. But 20%, the remaining 20%, can be earned on topics not included in the HIIM domains. So what we're going to review here are the 20% of the topics that are not related to HIIM domains that you can earn CEUs. All right, so pretty much before I go and talk about the 20%, just want to let you know the 80% that has to be related to HIIM is broad. It's very broad. By virtue of the fact that you are a coder, you may very likely attend events that are relevant to coding. I can say without doubt that at least 95% of those events will fall under the HIIM domain, at least one of them. All right, but now we're talking about things that aren't as relevant to the domain. Here are the topics you can attend. You can participate in educational program on topics relevant to HIIM. You can participate in formal education programs of study that address HIIM related subject areas. Hey, you could even take another course here. There you go. Publication. You can publish and present material relevant to HIIM. You can do an independent study activity relevant to the HIIM profession, participate in AHIMA exam item writing, oversight and involvement of direct clinical practice on behalf of CAHIM accredited programs. You can facilitate for an AHIMA engaged community. You can engage in activities defined by the certification guidelines for approval of CEU programs for state, local, and regional HIM associations. And finally, participate in exceptional events recognized by CCHIIM. So these are the 20% that you can earn from domains that are from events that are non-HIIM domains, and we're going to talk about those domains very soon, okay? Next, we're going to discuss calculating CEUs. All right, calculating CEUs. You may say, hey, why do we need to calculate CEUs? It should have it on the certificate. Correct. When the certificate does not have the number of CEUs available or it's not published, then you're going to have to calculate it, and you have to calculate it based upon the minutes that you attended that session. So if the session is 0 to 29 minutes, 0 CEUs. You earn no CEUs under 30 minutes. 30 to 44 minutes, 0.5 CEUs. 45 to 89 minutes, 1 CEU. 90 to 104 minutes, 1.5 CEUs. 105 to 149 minutes, 2 CEUs. 150 to 164 minutes, 2.5 CEUs. And finally, 165 minutes to 209 will give you 3 CEUs. All right, so now that we've learned how to calculate CEUs, let's learn about CEU requirements. The CEU requirements speak to how many CEUs you are required to earn each recertification cycle. So if you are a CCS, you are required to submit 20 CEUs. Yes. Now let's say that you have other AHIMA certifications. For every certification that you hold, every AHIMA certification that you hold, you have to submit 10 additional CEUs. So if you're a CCS and a CCS-P, you're going to need to submit 30 CEUs, 20 for your CCS, 10 for your CCS-P. Now, if you are a CHPS, CHDA, CDIP, or RHIA, you are required to earn 30 CEUs. And let's say that you just earned your CCS. You'll need 10 CEUs for that CCS. So no matter what your base is, if you're a 20 CEU base or a 30 CEU base, any additional credential that you hold will cost you 10 CEUs. That's it. So if you're only CCS, you only have to recertify with 20 CEUs. Now that we got that under our belt, let's go ahead and let's talk about entering the CEUs on the AHIMA website. We begin by making sure that you're logged into the ahima.org website. Then you should click on the menu at the top. You see this blue bar right here at the top? Click on it because you'll need to go to your My AHIMA webpage. Then you'll come to a login screen. You'll type in your email address and password, then click Sign In. And after you've signed in, you will come to your My AHIMA page, and it looks like this. And if you've submitted your picture will be to the right, and then you're going to click on the CEU Center. And after you log in, you'll come to your dashboard, and your dashboard is going to be specific to you. What you're looking at right now is my dashboard. And as you can see, there's a little clock icon, and this icon is reminding me that my 2-year cycle for CCS will expire on 4/29/2021. And then it directs me to go ahead and pay the recertification fee and membership renewal. But we're not here to see that. I'll get to that later. Let's go to the CEU Center and let's enter our CEUs. We'll begin by clicking on this plus button. Then you'll come to this screen and it is asking you through which source was your CEUs earned. They want to know how you earned your CEUs, where your CEUs came from. Was it an AHIMA activity? Was it a component local association? Was it a component state association? Was it an external source or prior approval? Just look below. When you're talking about prior approval, these are CEUs earned through an organization outside of AHIMA, but the event was submitted and approved through AHIMA's prior approval program. If that's the case, you select prior approval. However, if you earn CEUs through AMCI, you're going to click on external, okay? All of our CEUs for now come through AAPC, and AAPC is an organization outside of AHIMA. Now it's time to complete the application. What we'll need to do is specify the activity name, the education type, the date it was granted, the units earned, the HIIM domains, and the provider. All right, let's get started. All right, so I attended an event called How to Select the Principal Diagnosis. So this is my activity name. Next, we have to select the education type. Was it an online course, an inpatient course, a virtual course, webinar-based, or other? So my event, I attended via webinar. It was webinar-based, so this is what I'll select. Next, we have to indicate the date that the CEUs were granted. So if you have a certificate, a CEUs certificate in your possession, use the date on your certificate. And let's say hypothetically, our date is 1/1/22. Next, we have to submit the units earned. So we have to indicate right here the number of CEUs that you've earned for this event, and we earned 3 CEUs. Now, we have to select our HIIM domain. Remember, I said earlier that 80% of your CEUs have to come from an HIIM domain. And now we're going to select. We're going to click on this drop-down button and select our domains. And these are our options. We have clinical foundations, data structure, content and information governance, evolving topics, health law and compliance, informatics, analytics and data use, information protection, access, disclosure, archival, privacy and security, organizational management and leadership, other, and revenue cycle management. Okay, coders, if you don't know which category your event falls under, go ahead and give AHIMA a call or give them a chat from their website. But just so you know, most general coding events, just how to code and code structure and so forth, this falls under revenue cycle management. So although revenue cycle management, it involves billing, but coding is a part of that. So we select revenue cycle management for our event. And if you're attending most coding events, this is where you're going to fall, unless it falls in any of these other categories. All right. Finally, provider. This is where you place the name of the provider that furnished the CEUs. So if you've attended an AMCI event, the entity that furnished the CEUs is AAPC. Now, some people may not know that, but always look at your certificate. Your certificate will indicate who the ultimate provider is. All right, coders, now we're ready to submit our CEUs. Just press the submit button and voila! You have successfully submitted your CEUs. Yes, that is it. However, I think a best practice is to upload your documents at the same time. Go ahead and upload your CEUs certification document so that it can be on file. This is a good practice as it will store your certificate and it will ensure that it is here in the event of an audit. So go ahead and do it at the same time. If you have it, then do it. All right, so as you can see, after you have logged your CEUs into the AHIMA system, they will appear on your dashboard. And as you can see, all of my CEUs are logged, all of them. And even the one that I've just uploaded. I was granted 3 CEUs for it, 12 for another, 4 for another, and 1. They only took 1 of the 3. Now, mind you, remember, these CEUs do not carry over. And I know that I have fulfilled my requirement because up at the top, you see that I've completed 100% of my 20 CEUs and my HIIM CEUs. This should be 80%, at least 80%. So I have my checks, so I've met the requirements. Again, CEUs do not carry over from recertification cycles, so make sure that you stay within your cycle. Another thing, if you have self-reviews, they will appear here. Self-reviews are equal to 5 CEUs, so just click on it and take your self-review. And I believe that's it. Oh, I do want to talk about self-reviews, how to find them if they're not on your dashboard. You can find your self-reviews from the recertification page, and on the menu on the left, click self-reviews. You can also find your self-reviews from your My AHIMA webpage. Click on Education and Certification, then Self-Review. And after you click on self-reviews, you'll come to your self-reviews page. All right, and all of the eligible self-reviews will be here, and you know they're eligible because it will say available until. Okay, so I have 5 CEUs that I can earn up until 2023, and then 12/31/2021, 12/31/2021, and so forth. Now, these were free. These were free. They're no longer free, so you may have to buy them. But you should look because you may have some free ones there. All right. All right, so this completes how to submit your CEUs. And I want to remind you that if you are an AMCI student, you are entitled to free CEUs every year. There are 2 ways you can obtain them. You can obtain them at our annual March Madness event. That's every March. So you just contact AMCI if you need more information, but we will be contacting everyone to let you know about it. And also every July, I believe it's July now. Every July, we'll give you all of the CEUs up to 36 every year. Yes, so practically almost all the CEUs you need. You can get them right here at AMCI. All right, so it was my pleasure. I hope this helps.
Thank you for watching an AMCI exclusive presentation in partnership with AAPC. Until next time.